You only know your significance through assassination attempts. Otherwise, you are nowhere on the radar. When the assassination attack, that is, oh, wow, I'm up here.
Man.
I didn't realize my name will help a blogger pay rent.
Man.
Yeah, so there are no blogs of affirmation. There are no blogs of support. When Hurricane Katrina happened some years ago, Bishop Jakes went with President Bush and went in the Superdome. And Bishop Jakes called up Bishop Morton. And Bishop Morton prayed and sang it, and Bishop Jakes ministered. The whole world was looking at New Orleans. Half of the preachers that you and I know left and went to Baton Rouge, or they went to Houston. And all of us collectively supported them. Said, man, you done lost everything. And the whole world stopped. You lost your church in a hurricane. And the world didn't stop. They made you an abused wife in an apostolic church and blamed you for complaining.
Yeah.
How did you're not charged with arson today from the Houston Police Department.
Not so far.
Not so far. The insurance agency is not saying Keion has dismantled this church by himself.
Yeah.
The storm is in the AccuWeather report. How did you keep your mind knowing this is not a Ponzi scheme? You're not trying to move and go to the Virgin Islands. You're trying to rebuild a church.
Jay.
And you weren't at Walmart. You became the manager of Target. Everywhere for wanting to rebuild a church. Tell me, do you then say, oh man, because they're attacking me, let me just leave the church empty?
At first I was like, be honest with you, I was like, what did I do wrong? I couldn't figure it out. I literally couldn't figure it out. Because in March, on our first Fruit Sunday, the ask was the year. We said either $20.25 or $225, and the church responded. It was our big give Sunday. It was the largest give Sunday we had all year. I had been talking to our church about renovating the building anyway. This is a capital campaign that was already in motion. But because our church was displaced and we didn't have a place to meet, I spoke to them through the internet because I didn't have a church to gather them in to tell them.
Right.
So I posted it to send to them.
Right.
And I woke up one morning and all hell had broken loose, and I started receiving text messages from everywhere, and I didn't really know what I had done wrong.
Right.
That's where I started. So I first started off confused, regretful. Steve Harvey told me, he said, regret is the most worthless emotion in the earth.
Wow.
So I was regretful. Then I started bouncing back like, wait a minute, hold on. I didn't ask for this for me.
Right.
I did this because I had intel. I knew the shortfall of what the insurance claim would be. By the way, the insurance and adjuster just came to our church Tuesday.
No way.
So I don't know when this will air.
Right.
They just came Tuesday. I walk in the church. This is documentable and true. Yeah. I walked in the church Tuesday to look at the gymnasium to see how they were going to set up for our first Sunday back.
Yeah.
The insurance agent and the adjuster are in the building, let in by facilities. Unbeknownst to me, I don't know they're there.
Right.
Walk in. I see the guys over there with the pens, say, hey, gentlemen, Keion Henderson. They said, oh, pastor. They said, oh, we just finished talking bad about you. This is what they said. Yeah. I said, don't feel bad. I've been talking about y'all since June. I've been talking bad about y'all since July 8th when the hurricane happened.
Right.
I've been talking bad about y'all the whole time because we gotta get to the finish line on this.
Right.
There's no doubt what happened here.
Right.
The storm did this.
Right.
And that man looked at me and he said, this Tuesday, he said, we're going to treat you better than you've been talking about us.
Wow.
So I had to build a case with them to let them know we were not going to deal with unfair treatment.
Yeah.
That you were not going to find a way to scapegoat this. And anybody who knows anything about insurance, their job is to make the premium high and the payout low. That's the only way you stay in business.
I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we were struggling to figure out what's the shortfall because what they were going to give us wouldn't even get us back what we had. So the shortfall was the ask.
Yeah.
Hindsight, what I would have done is I would have, number one, been a little more sensitive about the ask in the time we were in because the members were recovering as well.
Right.
Since we didn't have a large portion of our church members coming and saying that they needed assistance, it didn't compute to me that we had anyone struggling.
Right.
Number two, I would have cut the cameras off and just talked to our church individually.
Mm-hmm.
But then I woke up and said, 70% of our members don't attend the building. They're online. And the people online of our church have responded to that plea in a way that I cannot even quantify.
Amazing.
So here's where I finished off. A naysayer is somebody who's a small person that has something to say about big things. And I refuse to allow my ministry to be marked by the criticism of an unwarranted offense.
Yeah.
My heart was right.
Yeah.
It was pure. I just got to deal with the punches that people are throwing.
Yeah.
And so that guy who was scared and unsure and all that, he gone.
Yeah.
He gone. Because what God's about to do at 6650 Rankin Road and the rebuild process that he's about to take us through and the way the members of the Lighthouse Church have responded, we had 120 people join Sunday.
Good grief.
So as long as I got them still trusting me, I'm still on the wall like Nehemiah, man.
Yeah.
And sometimes you got to watch.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to fight. Sometimes you got to pray. And I had to do all three in that. My heart was right.
No, that's great.
My heart was right.
And God is going to honor that. We talked about fatherlessness and how that makes decisions and how it informs us, even in love and even in life for both male and female. I was overwhelmed with joy and pride. And again, you're the only man allowed to go viral more than me. To see, listen, this is the Olympics right here.
Man.
To see you and Shaq walk your daughter across the court, it meant a lot in an environment where so many don't have a father.
Yeah.
To have two present. Walk me through the dynamics of co-parenting.
Man, it's so fulfilling for me. Okay. Despite what any blogger or media person will say, me and Shaquille O'Neal have never had a issue whatsoever.
That's great.
Every encounter with that man has been a positive one.
That's a blessing.
And has been about his children. Because, see, I know my place.
Mm.
Those are his kids.
Yeah.
And so he has first right of refusal.
Yeah.
Those are his children. I never walked into his children's life trying to be their father. What I said to each one of them individually is, what do you need me to be?
Mm.
They don't need a father. They have that.
Right.
So a support system.
Yeah.
A friend. Something to bounce stuff off of.
Yeah.
So there's no competition in the space because he would win every time. He was there from biology to present day.
Right.
So ain't no competition.
Right.
And he and I, whether it's walking her on her senior day or whether it was when he was there when she announced what college she was going to. We put the party together. He came, even said to me, hey, when you want me to speak at his daughter's thing.
Right.
So as long as we're adults,
Yeah.
we let the kids online play.
Wow.
But me and him don't have no issues. So when you ask me what it's like, it's seamless.
Mm.
It's easy. It's for lack of a better term, a perfect union because ain't nothing to fight about.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing to argue about. There's nothing to have a crossword about. So I mean that's it in a nutshell. Every encounter that he and I have had, from my perspective, and I think he would agree, has been one of positivity. And I think it should be said, in a world where black men don't have fathers,
Yeah.
that those black children have two males in their life
That's
who
beautiful.
get along for their sake.
Yeah.
And that's what we try to build for them.
I love it.